Alright, I'm Matt and I'm back with Fallout 4, where last time we got aboard the airship of the Brotherhood of Steel, the Pridwin, and kinda got got recruited by the Brotherhood as a knight. And we also got us a mission to clear out Fort, what was it? Strong, of Super Mutants. I decided to do that with Paladin Dance, and just as I loaded the game, you may remember that the Vertibird we are supposed to board was down there at the Boston airport. Just as I loaded the game, it started its engines, lifted up here to the Pridwin and docked, which was very useful. So it's currently daytime. I did go back to Sanctuary for a minute to sort out my inventory again. Keep doing that. And I still don't exactly know where the runways were. I think this plane came in a little hot, or it just got destroyed on the at the airport. Because this here is the boarding ramp kind of thing. So I don't know. Either way, enough looking at the airport. Let's ride the Vertibird.
Welcome aboard, Knight. Instruments are green, and we're cleared for release.
And we're already in the air. Oh no, we're not. Good. So I guess we're taking a short trip across the airport. And we're heading on over to Fort Strong. There's a lot of broken boats over there, or ships. Behemoth. Okay. There we go. Oh crap. Well, that was at least one super mutant. Was that short controlled burst? Well, that guy's dead.
Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place to set her down, and then hightail it back to the Pridwin for repairs.
I know, you took some damage. Oh, come on. You do know this LC is hot. Anybody else? Right. Okay. Heh! Completed. Secure Fort Strong. You're joking, right? I do still have to get in, I think. And there she goes.
We need to get out of this radiation.
Yeah, whatever. Got a motorbike. Trash can. I'm wondering if there's anything in that bunker up ahead. Also, what kind of weapon do I have? Alright. Oh! Hello, Mr. Power Armor. Didn't I have? I thought so. That I have another fusion core. It is not completely full.
Should the need arise, this fortification would make an excellent fallback point.
4 mini nukes, right? I guess it's a good thing that we did take the Vertibird, because doing that... Dance, why aren't you wearing a helmet? Doing that without one would have been a little complicated, I suspect. Okay, that's just the sound of the water. Trash. Food. Some radiation. Didn't I kill a super mutant somewhere around here? Well, at least this guy is still here. Ooh.
Quite a bit of trash to pick through here. Searching through it could prove beneficial.
Sighted heavy combat rifle. Wait. How's my rifle? Ardent combat rifle 65, and that does... okay, that does less. Oh, that looks good. Sturdy leather right arm is not good. Not entirely sure I want that. Let's take it. Maybe I should have worn a power armor. Oh well. Empty milk bottles, not entirely what I want. Anti-freeze bottle, no, no, no. Anything else? Not really. That's one of the guys that we killed from the air, I think.
There must be something significant in this area to merit these fortifications.
And another one. Oh. There's a seat out here. Place to fish, and that means that we have a cooler and a caps stash, and also a fishing rod. Because why not? I'm wondering if we could go in through that sewer pipe. No, it's blocked off. So it's gonna have to be the main entrance, isn't it? Oh well. There's no way that can go wrong. Right, somebody's put flowers down here. Hehe. Ashtray. US Army. Uh-huh. That might be interesting. Cigar box? Okay, no. I thought maybe we might be able to get up top and get in that ways, but I don't think that's happening. Into the armory we go.
What's that?
This area seems to be in disarray. I wonder if this is recent.
Also, there was another thing I wanted to talk about, and that is
What is it?
my thoughts on the whole synth thing.
Keep your safety off. Whoever
I hear something.
might still be around.
Stupid noises.
What the hell are you shooting with?
Weapons cold. Good work. Don't leave anything behind.
Yeah, the whole synth thing. I said I wasn't sure that they all deserve to die, the way Elder Maxon seems to think. Because you know, there's the whole thing. Is that technical document? Sure what? Thought there was.
Bleed and die.
Thought he could give them to someone. Yeah. But I keep getting sidetracked. As I said, I don't think they should all be killed the way Elder Maxon seems to. Because there is a thing. Or well, there's a question that needs to be asked. And that is, are they sentient or are they not? If they are just tools for the Institute, then I do kinda agree.
Judging from the amount of dust present, it's safe to assume we're the first people to investigate this location in quite a while.
Then I kinda agree that it's best to kill them when encountered. If, however, they are truly sentient or sapient, I forget which is which. But yeah, if they can think for themselves pretty much and make their own decisions, then they should, in my opinion, be judged on those decisions. Now that might mean you may have to kill them, because their decision is to kill you or to attack innocents, even in the Commonwealth. But that has to be done pretty much on a case-by-case basis then. Private Murnahan's holotape. Because you can't just say, well...
Remain vigilant. This place may appear abandoned, but that doesn't mean we should drop our guard.
They are all synths, and so they all want to kill us. Because that's the whole thing. Ah, crap. Oh.
Watch your step. There's quite a bit of debris here.
That didn't kill him.
I can smell you out there.
You hear that?
The question is not do you hear that, it's do you see that? Oh, another guy. Yeah, otherwise you are just well, I don't know how it's or what it's called exactly, but well, I think it's it's racist, in fact. Because, yeah, as I said, if you say about one group of people, and if they can think for themselves and make their own decisions, they are, in a sense, people. Oh, that's actually not what I want. Yeah, if you say they are all bad, they all need to die, not exactly good if you ask me. Here, burnt book. Yeah.
Quite a bit of trash to pick through here. Searching through it could prove beneficial.
But yeah, as I said, if they are indeed only tools, if they follow any order they are given, no matter what, then yeah, killing them might be the right thing to do. But if they are anything like...
This area's obviously been abandoned for quite some time.
If they are anything like... what's his name? Nick Valentine, who is in fact able to make his own decisions, from the looks of it. And to think for himself. Ooh. Snub-nosed 44. Huh? Let's just take it. I think I'm gonna keep it. Then they are, or then you have
Remain
to...
vigilant. This place may appear abandoned, but that doesn't mean we should drop our guard.
You have to... Or we shouldn't just shoot on sight. Of course, I'm saying that as I'm killing super mutants left and right, which is not that different.
Bingo.
Either way, US Covert Operations Manual. One issue. Permanently more difficult to detect while sneaking. That's useful.
Comic books? I thought they were a waste of time.
That's not a comic book. General Brock's Terminal. Fort Strong, US Army Depot. No unauthorized personnel. Report June 2075. As of today, Commander Fort Strong has passed to me. I am looking forward to helping the US Army test some of its experimental weapon systems at our facility. I've already had the men preparing the island for testing operations by tearing down the old barracks and constructing a simulated town. Since we'll be fighting the enemy on an urban front, I think the best way to test these weapons is by seeing how well they punch through civilian structures. To minimize or to maximize casualties. September 75. We've been testing the new batch of T-51B power armor suits that the Army Corps of Engineers just rolled off the assembly line. I'm impressed with the amount of protection they afford our soldiers, yet allow them a great deal of mobility. I've noticed that the soldiers are still having trouble jumping in these things. Because of the suit's weight, they often tip over on hard landings. I've had the maintenance boys look at it, and they are suggesting adding a gyroscope and shock absorbers to the lower torso. I'll pass it up to Jane and see if I can get Washington to spend the extra money it'll cost for the modification. February 76. Things are starting to heat up overseas, so Washington is pushing us to cut our project turnaround times in half. I told them that would be dangerous, but it seems like we don't have much of a choice. I've decided to split my staff into Alpha Team and Bravo Team so we can work on 2 projects at the same time. The manpower will be reduced, but I'm convinced that we'll still be able to maintain our new schedule. I'm going to put Alpha Team on the power armor and Bravo on the new M42 Fat Man launchers. Well, now we're getting to the meat of it. June. Alpha Team just shipped out the first batch of T-51B suits to the front in China. Reports are already coming in that the suits are performing better than expected, chewing through enemy tanks and armor like they were paper. Word has it that some of the enemy troops are even surrendering when they catch sight of the power armor troops hauling their 5mm miniguns. Looks like Alpha Team has earned themselves a weekend pass in Boston. December. Bravo Team is having a heck of a time getting the M42s not to shoot far enough away from its firing position. The problem is that the warhead is still too heavy to fire the distance required. Our simulated soldiers are still soaking far too many rats and suffering blast burns. One of the technicians has suggested a radical idea of using a conventional depleting subcharge to catapult the round rapidly out of the launcher. His calculations look sound, so I'm going to let him give it a try. Then September 77, the last one. After a few design setbacks and the loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the M42 launcher's firing mechanism. Washington has been writing me to wrap this project up, but with a weapon this potent, I was inclined to take my time. We've sent the launchers ahead to the supply yard in Mississippi, and we're just waiting for the go-ahead to ship the warheads wherever they need to go. Hopefully we can get those nukes out of here before the month is out. I don't feel comfortable sleeping 20 feet above enough nukes to reduce this island to ash. Well, from the sounds of it, they didn't get them out. Ooh, what do we have here? A safe. Automatic laser pistol, not interested. Everything else I'll take. Come on. Let's get out of here. Oh, nice. Then we can go up here, I guess. Or can we? Yes, we can. Yeah, the other thing was that I wanted to mention was about what I said regarding shooting to kill the enemies of the Brotherhood. It goes pretty much along the same lines as what I said about the synths, because there's a similar thought behind it, as in making your own decision to pull the trigger or not, and looking at an enemy, or at another person. Oh, what are you doing in here? Right. The thing is, my character said he would do it if his own life is in danger, but that's not all. If, for example, a comrade is in danger, like the paladin, I'm not gonna wait for the enemy to kill him and then get busy attacking me before I shoot them. I'm gonna do it right away. Same for bystanders. Enemies are shooting or aiming for bystanders, I'm gonna shoot them before that actually, before they shoot, if I can. Whole protection thing. Another thing, he just picked up a holotape. That was Private somebody. There, Private Murnahan.
Word came down that the Army just unloaded the first batch of the M42s this morning. I've only seen the specs for these little beauties on paper, so Private Bertram and I snuck down to take an early look. When I heard that the eggheads were designing a man-portable nuke launcher, I thought they were nuts. But they actually got the damn thing to work. And after seeing the real thing sitting right in front of me, I think they could be just enough to tip the balance of this war in our favor. I mean, can you imagine the look on the enemy's face when we get dropped into anchorage carrying these babies? They won't know what hit them.
Yeah, until somebody goes down and the enemy picks up one of these. There's always the problem. Adjustable wrench, an armor workbench. I don't need that right now.
What's that? Something bad.
So we've got guys outside. Ooh, purified water in the toilet. Ah, arrow even points down there. Dirty water in this one. Uh-huh. Wonder who made those stockpiles.
Judging from the amount of dust present, it's safe to assume we're the first people to investigate this location in quite a while. Developing this level of technology is a lost art that the Brotherhood's hoping to revive.
What is it? Yes, brother. Whoa. Who's there?
Don't think I'm sneaky enough for Super Mutants. Oh, there.
I don't think we're alone.
You think?
I hear something.
Oops. Reloading. Oh, come on.
That's how we do it in the Brotherhood.
We may have a problem here.
Long live the Brotherhood.
Well, that guy's dead. Right, looks like we secured the place. And we need to speak to the Paladin. We are going to do that after looting the shit out of everybody here. What's that, a missile launcher? Huh. Oh, that would have been that guy. That was a lucky shot, I think. I think I shot that guy right after I hit that mutant hound up ahead. Or up at near the start. Ooh. Actually, toothpaste has some useful ingredients. Already got that. Let's check the safe. Nope. Nope. Not like this.
Nice.
Very nice. There. Another dead guy around here. Ooh, alright, mate. Was him, I think. Now, where is Dance? Upstairs again?
Dance?
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Well...
I was just doing what Elder Maxon asked. No more, no less.
Well, it's good to see you dealt with them the Brotherhood way. These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward, only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back. I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were getting the upper hand, along come the synths. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever got the upper hand? It would be Armageddon repeated, and maybe the end of everything that we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand how important these missions are.
Don't apologize. It reminds me why I'm doing this.
Thank you, brother. It's good to know you're taking my advice to heart. Anyway, that's enough of that. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxon. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as possible. Dismissed.
So... Dance went back home? Sure, do that. Question is, would Dance have come with me even if I had taken dog meat? Because truth be told, I got a feeling that maybe dog meat would have been a bigger help than dance. Might have been. Right. Where's RV? Just want to see what else we can find in here. Ooh, more of that stuff. Bravo team testing terminal. Report 1. Things are getting tough around here. Brock has decided to split our men into 2 teams. I drew one of the short straws, so I ended up on the M42 Fatman launcher team, while most of my buddies are sitting pretty upstairs with the T-51B suits. I can't even begin to describe what a ridiculous idea the M42 is. A man-portable mini nuke thrower that a trooper in the field is supposed to deploy at close range. I've been poring over the schematics and I have no idea how we are going to get this thing to throw a warhead far enough not to kill the soldier unlucky enough to be stuck with these death traps. Report 2. We've stripped the warhead weight down as much as possible, but I think we're looking at this the wrong way. Instead of trying to reduce the warhead weight, we should try and amp the power on the thrower itself. I know that means adding weight to an already heavy piece of ordnance, but I don't think we have any choice. One of the guys suggested we try magnetics to push the warhead through like a railgun, but a power pack would need to be the size of a suitcase. I'll keep picking away at this problem and see what I can turn up. Number 3. We lost 2 good soldiers this morning. They were on the surface testing an MIRV variant of the launcher, when one of the warheads misfired and hit the ground right where they were standing. Poor bastards didn't even have a chance. We couldn't even find any remains to send home to their folks, so Brock told us to just fill some cans with sand. I'll tell you, that guy doesn't give a crap about us. He's just worried about the brass back in Washington giving him a hard time. Number 4. I was in bed last night when I had one of those eureka moments. I ran over to the night shift guys in the lab, swept all of their drawings on the floor and started sketching my idea. They must have thought I'd lost my mind. 6 hours and about 14 cups of coffee later and I had it all mapped out. We'd use a small subcharge as a launching catalyst to catapult the warhead from the launcher. We'd have plenty of range and the subcharge could be built into the warhead itself. Brock seemed to like the plan and gave us the go-ahead to prototype the device. I can't wait to try it out. And report number 5. It took the better part of a year and over 100 test firings, but the M42 is ready to be shipped out into the field. I can't believe I spent over a year on this single project. I feel pretty good knowing we're delivering a well-tested weapon to our own guys fighting overseas. Now that it is over, I suppose Brock will move us on to something else, but for now I'm going to spend the rest of the month packing up these warheads to ship off base. Question is, where did they pack them up? Because the launcher is one thing, but those warheads could come in handy when it comes to selling stuff, right? Ah, there we go. Mini nukes. Oh, there we go. But they are all crated up. Well now. Holy shit. I see why the commander slept so poorly. This is a crazy amount of boom. Yeah. Seriously crazy amount, we'll say. Also, I just realized there was no, that's other stuff. There are technical documents for Proctor Quinlan. Oh, my personal storage container. I didn't open that either. There we go. No, we didn't have that yet. sure if we did, but apparently not. So 8. Where was it? Right away, there we go. Yes. Already had that and that. And let's go back upstairs. What do we have here? Aluminum canister. Back out. So I'm gonna have to find my own way back to the Prydwen. Apparently, because there is no VTOL waiting for me here. And Dance apparently really left me alone. If you look at that. Okay, so this is a behemoth. And I guess... or Dano told me that Swan, who we killed a while back, was also one of those. Which is good to know. Okay, I'm hearing a VTOL somewhere. But I guess it's at the Prydwen. Let's just grab that power armor right here and head on over and up. Right? Of course I'm right. Of course it's an incomplete suit of power armor. You're lacking the left arm and right leg. But it's better than nothing. And we're going to head on over to the Prydwen by fast travel. So there's my storage locker that a ways, and so is Elder Maxon.
The human-looking synths are the worst. They hide in plain sight.
So, which is where? Okay, the Elder is here, and the main deck, or the locker is on the main deck, rather. So, should be up ahead. Oh, right.
Ah, Knight. You have technical documents, perhaps? Or looking to assist on a research patrol?
I found some technical documents for you.
Ah, good. I was beginning to run out of materials to study. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, the Commonwealth is an almost unlimited source for these technical documents. Check every building you explore during your patrols very carefully, and you might be pleasantly surprised at what you find.
Well, that works for me. Right, he had a cat. Now where is...
When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is mine.
How do we get to the locker? Ah! That a ways.
Dr. Ingram said she needed this suit tested yesterday.
Yeah, I get it. Just, what if I miss?
Don't.
Okay, sure. Firing. Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing.
All right, all right. Everything looks nominal. And you did didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiate.
Sure. Anytime.
Ooh, another fusion core and a fusion cell. Or a couple of fusion cells, rather. And more stuff. Personal log. P as in personal log.
Personal log entry 142. I can sum up living on the Prydwen in 4 words. I miss field assignments. Don't get me wrong, the research we're doing is exciting stuff, but life on this ship is a nightmare. I'm trapped in this metal tube 18 hours a day. I still can't decide who smells worse, the soldiers or the mole rats. And what passes for conversation among the grunts makes mutants seem scholarly. I'm gonna speak to Brother Quinlan. Field scribes cannot have it this bad.
Just don't tell Ingram, okay? But there's a reason food's not allowed near the instrumentation. If you're looking for ammunition or weapon mods, Dr. Tegan might have what you need.
Okay, somebody's hiding sugar bombs.
You know, before getting shipped to the Commonwealth, I thought Elder Lion still had some good points. The Brotherhood in the Capital Wasteland, they were about helping. But this assignment,
Proud to be served.
it's opened my eyes. On the flight here, we passed city after city. Buildings taller than I've ever seen. Some that nearly clipped the Prydwen. And who uses them now? Mutants. Freaks. Seeing all that destruction, tens of millions dead, brought on by technology run amok, it made it so clear. Elder Maxon is right. The wasteland needs to be cleansed, and we're the ones to do it.
Never forget, you are the eyes and the ears of the Brotherhood. If you see or hear anything suspicious, it is your duty to report it immediately. We live in enemy territory now. Your vigilance could mean the difference between life and death. Understood?
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Good. Ad Victorium, Squires.
Ad Victorium!
Dismissed.
Squires. Hits. Right.
There. That should hold.
Thank you, sister.
You know, we wouldn't have to worry about them getting out if they weren't on the ship.
Your concerns are noted, Scribe. Give Proctor Ingram my thanks for letting me borrow you.
I'm gonna have to check what is on the ship. Oh, they have a synth trap down there. That's interesting. Also got some toys here. Even more interesting. But yeah, whenever I hear about cleansing, I kinda get a little twitchy around the eye.
There's no time to waste when there's work to be done.
What's that? Oh, mole rats. Right.
You think the Commonwealth looks bad? You should see the Capital Wasteland.
Technology's in good hands with the Brotherhood. I know.
Experimental plant. Kinda looks like Nirnroot in Skyrim.
Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please don't touch anything.
Oops.
I refuse to be held responsible if you're injured.
Quite a collection you've got here.
Well, thank you. Most people don't appreciate the important work that I'm trying to do here. I'm on the cusp of discovering how these creatures' bodies have adapted to the radiation that's infiltrated their habitats. If I can crack the code, I can equip our troops with a protective compound far superior to Rad-X.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Well, it's only a theory so far. You see, the ionizing radiation left behind by the Great War kills because it damages most living things on a cellular level. However, after several generations, these creatures' bodies have adapted by altering their genetic makeup to prevent cellular disruption. I believe I've discovered how I can replicate that genetic restructuring rapidly. instead of decades. I can do it in moments. For a short period of time, anyway.
Why alter it for a short period of time? Why not do it permanently?
Attempting to alter the genetic code permanently? That's too close to what happened with FEV and Spawn, the super mutant. I'm not willing to take a chance like that. I wish I could show you a sample of the compound, but unfortunately I've hit a stumbling block preventing me from synthesizing a sample. The specimens I've already captured can only produce so much blood and genetic material. If I try and harvest too much, they'll die. What I need are more samples of blood from the creatures roaming the Commonwealth.
No problem. I'd be glad to help.
I appreciate your confidence in my abilities, brother. I've modified your Pip-Boy to scan the corpse of any freshly killed creature that has the proper type of blood in its body. All you have to do is pick up any viable sample and bring it back to me. Hey, I really appreciate you doing this for me. It's nice to know I'm not the only person in the Brotherhood with an open mind.
That could come in handy. Nut fruit, carrots. Right. Also, there were 2 terminals that I just missed. Okay, there's nothing in this cooler anymore. So, where were those 2? Oh, no, there they were. Found them again. No, that's just one of them. Where's the other? Ah, there. Outgoing mail. Should I read that? Whatever. PM787A. Number 9. Karen, I really miss you, baby. I hope you're safe out there. Remember to keep the doors locked at night and the shotgun I gave you loaded at all times. Don't trust anyone unless you know them, and even then keep an eye on everything they do. I don't know how long this tour will last, but I promise to come back safe. Love you. 11. Opened with moving your king's pawn 2 spaces, eh? Smart move. Try to control the center of the board and free up the queen and one of your bishops. I bet you think I'm going to mirror your move, but guess what? I'm going to move my queen's pawn 2 spaces so I can teach you a little something called the French defense. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of this game. So somebody's playing chess via mail. Number 15. Hey mom, they're letting me send out a message before we initiate radio silence. I'm working with a pretty decent officer, a guy named Kels. He treats us well as long as we do what we're told. Working with the Brotherhood has been an amazing experience so far. Nice to finally be making a difference in this messed up world. Got to go now, mom. Say hi to Daniel for me. Number 20. Chalk up 2 more dead ferals. That makes a total of 17 since I've been out here. You wouldn't believe how easy they go down when you hit them with a laser rifle. It slices right through the ugly things like butter. When I get back from this tour, I'm going to take you feral hunting. Trust me, you'll love it. For now, you'll just have to stick to hunting the local mole rats with your zip gun. And number 26. I hope this message gets to the right person. My name is Knight Bota and I served with your son, Initiate Arlen. I'm sorry to inform you that Arlen was shot and killed during one of our field training operations. I wanted you to know he died a brave death, saving the life of 3 other initiates in the process. There's nothing I can say that will soften the blow of losing a child, but I wanted you to know that it was an honor to fight at Arlen's side. You should be proud of the sacrifice he made for the sake of his country. I've sent his personal belongings back to the Citadel. You have my deepest condolences for your loss. Well, that's... there go the bad news. Haven't we heard the name Arlen before? Wasn't that one of the folks who went with the Paladin dance? Cruise terminal. Announcement number 1. All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation. Anyone found in possession of undocumented technologies will be subject to inquiry and punishment. Number 2. Scribe Neraya's mole rat subjects are not pets. They are crucial military resources. As such, they are not to be fed by any personnel save Scribe Neraya and her team. Any violation of this policy will result in severe disciplinary action. Number 3. Due to increased radar activity, all leave requests to off-base sites have been temporarily suspended. Affected parties will have their leave compensated at the next available opportunity. That could take a while. Number 4. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below. Thoroughly secure all gear while on the flight deck. Yikes. Number 5. Any personnel who have not completed their annual medical evaluation should report to Night Captain Kate immediately to schedule an examination. Right. So that's about all we can do on here. We could nick more stuff, but I don't think we need to. Let's just... I'm wondering where Dance is. I mean, he must have gone back to the Prydwen somehow, but... maybe he's down here. Either in here? No. Or in here? No. Huh. Who knows? What do we have here? Proctor Ingram's terminal. Work orders. Oh boy. There we go. A repair order. Item TVR-07. Internal air conditioning unit. Air conditioning unit had burned out its condensing coil from overuse. Need to remind the soldiers that they can't constantly run the damn thing 24 hours a day. Copper condensing coils are tough to replace, so I had to make do with homemade version. Unit should last a while longer with moderate use. Well... next one. Another repair. Mr. Handy cultivation unit. Got called down to the lab area and there Mr. Handy was trying to cut through everything inside. Was almost ready to get some soldiers to shoot the thing before it hurt someone, but it tried to cut through the bulkhead and burned up its motor. Pulled the logic unit and it looks like an old factory defect on the cultivation models. I've blown at the firmware and rewrote the instruction set to fix the issue. Replaced the motor and put the unit back into service. Another one, an install ventilation filter system. Installed a ventilation system over the rear laboratory space to help Nerea vent the stench of the Hermolrids to the exterior of the ship. Had to cut a few holes in the inner and outer plating, but triple welded everything to make sure it all stays tacked down. System is on a timer, so it shouldn't draw too much power from the ship's reserves. Was happy to help since I could smell her rats all the way down here. Well, isn't she just above this? Just below, I mean. There we go, another repair, again completed. Vertibird gunship Vorpal. Vorpal threw a rotor on its last landing, so I hitched a ride with Spatha and headed out to the crash site. Pilot did a hell of a job bringing his bird down in one piece. All I had to do was recover the rotor and set it back in place. There's some minor plating damage on the starboard thruster, but I'll hammer it down when Vorpal gets back to the airport. It was nice to get away from the Prydwen for once. Hopefully I can convince Kels to let me head out with some future patrols. And 380. Another repair by Bainbridge. That's somebody else this time. Sewage lines. I don't know what the heck the mess hall is serving, but the sewage lines were completely clogged. It was so disgusting I had to borrow one of my buddy's power armor helmets to keep the smell from making me puke. I think I'd rather scrape rust off the exterior hull plating next time. Yeah. Oops, that was not what I wanted. Internal mail. Maxon. To Elder Maxon. No, from Elder Maxon to Proctor Ingram. After having a long discussion with both Lancer Captain Kels and Knight Captain Kate, I've decided to deny your request for field service. While I understand that you've modified your power armor frame to accommodate your injury, and Kate has personally given it his seal of approval, I don't feel it's worth risking your life. You of all people should appreciate that machines can break down. In your particular case, if your frame fails while you're in the field, it could place you and anyone with you in extreme danger. Please don't take this personally, Ingram. I can't afford to lose you. My decision is final. I'm sorry. Kate. From Knight Captain Kate. I'm guessing you've already read that Maxon is denying your fieldwork request. I did everything I could to talk him out of it, but he just wasn't convinced. If there's anything you need, even if you just want to talk about it, my door's always open. Except when it's closed. I hate to bring this up now, but you really need to head down here and let me tweak your leg hydraulics. Last time you were here, you complained that the shock absorbers weren't doing their job dampening your impacts from walking. Well, I was able to tweak some numbers and I'd like to look them over with you. After all, you're the expert when it comes to mechanical engineering. So there, now you have 2 excuses to visit me in the sick bay. I hope to see you in there soon. In here soon. Tegan. Proctor Tegan, I've got a little surprise for you. Remember how you told me about those sweets you loved so much? You know, the ones that look like little colored discs? Well, Quinlan's last sweep and retrieve patrol just came in and they found a whole roll of them. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. Now how about heading over to my quarters this evening and we can split it together? Don't worry, I'll be a complete gentleman. I just hate seeing you storm all over the repair bay with the damn scowl on your face, and I think this will cheer you up. That's nice. Another one from Elder Maxon. Now that Captain Kels has transferred all of your materials down to the surface and the gantry construction has started, I think it's time we had a talk about the timeline of your new project. I'd like you to head up to the command deck as soon as possible so we can discuss the details. We have far too many resources tied up in this operation to allow anything to slip through the cracks. We have a water wind, Proctor, and I strongly believe that this ambitious project of yours will be our rallying cry. I wonder what they're building down there. We're probably gonna find out at some point. Yeah, that does sound like the mole rats are just above us. Yeah, they're there.
Treat your power armor well, and it can get you through anything.
Sure. Right, let's head back to the Elder and talk to him. That'll be the last thing in this episode, I think. There he is.
Elder Maxon.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
What happens at Fort Strong now?
Paladin Dance is supervising the transfer of the Fat Man warheads to the Prydwen. They'll provide quite an edge to our arsenal. I've also ordered a detachment to occupy the location, and use it as a staging area to protect the eastern side of the airport. All in all, you handed us quite a valuable location.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a Vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the Vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Well...
Where can I get more signal grenades?
I'd use the supply I gave you sparingly. These devices are far more complex than a standard smoke grenade. Should you need more, you should acquire them from Proctor Tegan.
I see.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear. The Institute, and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths, must be eliminated at all costs. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed.
Where do I start?
I want you to get out there and become our eyes and ears on the ground. You seem to have a vested interest in locating the Institute before we met, so I'm confident you'll travel in the right circles. If you discover a way in, I need you to report it to me immediately. Any questions, Knight?
Could those mysterious energy readings Paladin Dance's recon team detected be related to teleportation?
The level of technology that the Institute possesses is far beyond our own, so we're not certain. However, that would explain why the readings are so random and short-lived. I'll have our scribes focus on improving our scanning techniques to learn more. Anything else you wanted to ask, Knight?
Aren't there any pre-war records about the Institute that might help us?
Our records indicate that the Institute was born from the remnants of a pre-war educational facility, the Commonwealth Institute of Technology. The ruins of the facility are at the center of the city, but we've already searched them thoroughly. The location appears to have been abandoned long ago. So it appears that the trail ends there. Anything else, Knight?
Well... maybe just...
Any suggestions where I should look next?
Your meeting with Dr. Amari seemed fairly telling. If the Institute has the capability to teleport its synths, then we're in for quite a fight. There must be a way to tap into the teleport signal, and your mysterious lead in the glowing sea could provide us with the answer. If you need any assistance mitigating the radiation in that godforsaken location, speak to Proctor Tegan. I'm certain he'd be willing to help.
Not right now, Elder.
Very well then. Dismissed.
Well... that's where the quests...
Stray radio signals keep pinging the array. Gonna try to filter it out.
Station keeping maintained. Thrusters stable.
What's our task now? Okay, no, that was just collecting the documents. So, glowing sea is actually my next objective. I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet. Gonna head on over to Bedford Station to finally grab that pipe revolver, I think. And then we'll do what I said we'd do quite a while ago. That is grab Piper, head to Fort Strong, and then go up the west coast pretty much. Northaven Beach, Easy City Downs, Finch Farm, Greentop Nursery. I think that should do it. Was I at the mountain center already? Didn't think so, but oh well. And maybe we're gonna check out the Museum of Witchcraft too. That's gonna be the next few episodes, I think. So for the time being, I will leave you here. Oops. There we go. And end the episode. So until next time, thank you and good night.